Hello, my name is Chris,
Hi, my name is Nancy.
and in this video, we're going to be talking about, we're just going to be showing like an example of like a mentor-student kind of like example, and we're going to be using this Desmos ABC math section. So I will be playing the tutor or mentor, and Nancy will be playing the student. So hello class, welcome. Today we're going to be learning about ABC math and about Euler's formula. And then here you would probably ask like students like, oh, have you heard about Euler's formula?
No, I have not.
Okay, perfect. And then if you want, you can have them like read here, just kind of like uh talk about Euler and just kind of like he's a scientist or no, he's a mathematician, and he creates this formula and it's kind of cool. And that's what we're going to be learning about today. So you're gonna want to have your students move on to this section. And to start, you probably there's like three sections, and typically you would want maybe like have like three different students read them so that we can have that different interaction. However, we only have one student today, so we're just gonna have the one student. Nancy, can you go ahead and just read this whole section for me? Thank you.
Yes. Write the first 10 letters of the alphabet in uppercase in the space to the right. Make sure to write them without going over the lines. You can lift the pencil as many times as you want and without separated parts. An example of something that does not work, the following is not valid as it has separated parts or components.
So as you can see, this letter A would not be valid because this middle portion is not connected to this two portion. Now, for the sake of time, we're just going to do the first three letters. So if you can, Nancy, just draw the first three letters of the alphabet in capitalization.
Okay.
And then also, so as you can see in this section, there's Nancy's right here working, and you can see in real time of her work. You can also see your other students next doors as you get more students. So that way you can kind of track all your students. And in the case, maybe like one student is behind or one student is like not as far as like other students, you can go and check on your student, kind of ask them like, hey, Jonathan, do you need any help or is there any problem? I noticed that you're stopping on the letter C, like do you need help? Kind of go from there. So good job, Nancy. Now we're going to move on to number three. So again, you would want to probably pass on to other students to read. Nancy, can you go ahead and just read that section for me?
Yes. Find the points on each letter to be able to break it down into lines, which could either be straight or curved, that do not intersect other lines except at their ends. For example, we have the letter X. We have a right version and a wrong version.
Perfect. All right. So now, since for this part, they didn't give us like a section to write, you can go ahead and have your students go back to the first or go back to page two, and then you go ahead and have them edit on page two to kind of show like continue on the work. So if you can, Nancy, just continue on your work and just place in the points where they would intersect.
Okay.
And then if, in case you're colorblind, I can't really see, you can go ahead and click here and it kind of pops up. So that way you can kind of see more of the work. And you can see like the colors too. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So we got that through. Now we're gonna go to number four. Number four, so I think this is just kind of like overall showing like the individual parts. So as you can see, draw a letter A. So if you can, Nancy, just draw a big O A on this section right here. Thank you. And just you don't have to like write in the description. We're just going to talk about it. How many points do you see on that letter A?
I see 6 points.
6 points. Good job. And how many lines do you see?
I see 6 lines as well.
6 lines. And in case students don't know what this word or this section means, you can go ahead and ask them like, do you know what an enclosed region is? If they don't, you can kind of explain to them. Nancy, do you know what an enclosed region is?
Yes, it
Good
is
job. And how many enclosed regions did you get?
1.
Perfect. So now we have each of those. We're going to go ahead and for number five, this is going to be like another example. See, for now, we're going to skip it, but you'll eventually do that. So moving on to number six, can you go ahead and again, just kind of like write down how many points, line, and regions you saw. And then also you're going to use this formula that's given here where it's point minus line plus region, and then you're going to get an answer. So if you can't just do that for the first 3 letters.
Oh wait, I need.
Are you having trouble for B, or
Yeah.
what part are you having trouble with?
I was just like, I had to look at the letter because I couldn't
I
mentally
see, I see.
picture it.
Right. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then we can just stop at letter B. Did you figure out like how many what was the answer to this?
Yes, it was one.
Okay, let me see. I think it's like slow on the update. Perfect. Okay, you did everything. Okay, cool. So what did you notice after doing this quick example? What did you notice about the answer?
They all equal to one.
The all equal one. Perfect. So yeah, you notice how every time you take the point, you take the points and then you subtract the lines or the amount of lines, and then you add the amount of regions, you always get the number 1. Amazing. Kind of spooky. And the number 7 is just kind of like a little fun activity. They can go and draw, and it kind of shows like furthermore of how p minus l plus r equals to 1, and it always work. And you may wonder like how. It's kind of magic. Not too sure, but overall, and then for the last section, it's just kind of like showing further how with the formula it always equals 1. However, if you were to do like a kind of like a 3D image, it kind of shows like 2, since there's 2 regions, you would add like an extra region. So that's why p minus l plus r equals to 2 in case, or in the terms for 3D rather than like a one-dimensional term. And that's just kind of like a quick tutorial. I apologize if I was talking a bit fast. I just want to make sure that the videos were kind of like in a crunch time. But again, if you have any further questions, go ahead and just kind of like read through the module, and you kind of get the hang of it after you kind of like read it a bit. And if you do have further questions, you can go ahead and try to ask me. I can try to help you as much as I can. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.